Okay. So hello everyone. Well, I hope you had a great learning till now, and thank you Raz, Narayan, and Ambes for all the great session you have provided and sharing all the good stuff related to Azure. And thanks to Raz to share all the fundamentals of Azure. The Microsoft Copilot and what is artificial intelligence. My session is all about Copilot in Dynamic 365 sales. Okay, so I've seen like there are a lot of questions on the community related to the licensing of it, its features, and I still find like a lot of people are still not clear about like how the Microsoft Copilot works and how it architecture works. Okay, so based on my experience and based on my knowledge, I just wanted to discuss about the fundamentals of Microsoft Copilots before jumping into the Dynamic 365 sales. I'll discuss about the Copilot, the fundamentals and how it architecture works, and then we will jump into the Dynamic 365 sales, that what are the features that it provides, and then we will quickly have a look the live demonstration of all the capabilities it provides. Some of them are probably in preview, but not really. Most of the features are still in general availability stage, but I will let you know if anything is in the preview. Okay. All right. So before starting the session, just wanted to give a quick introduction about me. My name is Arpi Srivastav. I am three times Microsoft MVP awarded and three times Microsoft certified trainer. And I've been sharing my knowledge with the community since 2019 through various channels. I share my knowledge through my blogs, my YouTube channels, by running mentorship programs and some kind of challenging series. So you heard about my Power Pages 30 days learning challenge as well. And soon I'm going to start the Power Pages 7 days learning challenge as well, where I'm going to discuss or share the details about the Copilot AI features in the Power Pages, along with all the new features that Microsoft has announced. All right. I'm very excited to announce that I'm releasing my book in June 2024. I'm really excited because I've been working very hard to write this. So it's not only about the Canvas app, it covers the model driven app and the Canvas app both. So those who want to have a very good learning about the Dynamic 365 CE apps, that is called model driven apps, and the Canvas app, it covers everything. So I have written total 15 chapters starting from the evolution of Power Apps and till the deployment and the sharing the best practices based on my experience till now. So I have put everything in this book, whatever I have learned, whatever I have experienced from the community, from by my own project experiences. So I would recommend to read this book once it is published. So stay tuned on my social media channels because I'm keep posting all the updates related to that. Okay. Well, as I told, like first of all, I just wanted to cover what is Microsoft Copilot. Okay, as everyone in the previous sessions, Raz and Narayan has also given the brief understanding about that. But I'm just thinking about like a lot of audience are from a very basic level. They don't know really what is Microsoft Copilot. So I just wanted to give a very fundamental, concept about that. Okay. So you can assume like Microsoft Copilot is just a chatting application. Okay. So you deal with a lot of chatting application in the daily life, like WhatsApp, Facebook Messengers, and Telegrams and all. So it's similar like that kind of chatting application, but it actually provides you the enterprise level of security and provide you the contextual data. So Microsoft Copilot is a chat based application that is developed by Microsoft, and basically it aims to provide the personalized assistance to the user for a range of tasks and the activities. Okay, so you can see like in this picture, it's just a simple chatbot or embedded application that Microsoft has provided within all their applications and all their products. It's not only in the Power Platform or in the Dynamic 365, they have provided this capabilities in all their products these days. So if you use the Windows, if you use the Power Platform applications, Dynamic 365 application, Microsoft 365 applications, everywhere you will find this. Okay, so this is a very layman, a definition of the Microsoft Copilot. Now, you have heard a lot about the Microsoft Copilot and ChatGPT because Microsoft has announced to Microsoft Copilot after the ChatGPT was launched. So there are a lot of questions about that, like what exactly the difference between the ChatGPT and the Copilot. Okay, so from my understanding, ChatGPT is something that when you ask any questions in the ChatGPT, it's also a chatting application. You get the data from the internet, from the publicly available sources. It might be in the books, articles, website, and social media. But if I talk about the Microsoft Copilot, okay, the major difference between ChatGPT and the Microsoft Copilot is the type of data it provides in the response. Okay, ChatGPT provides you the response based on the public data that is available. But if I talk about the Microsoft Copilot, it provides you the contextual and the personalized data. Like, what does that contextual and the personalized mean? Okay, I will talk to that in the next slide. But just imagine I'm just having a conversation with the Copilot, and I'm dealing with some customer, right? So if I ask some questions related to if I ask any question to the Copilot, so it will always provide me the information related to that customer, or whatever the work or whatever activities I'm doing in a particular application. Okay, so that means it is contextual information and the personalized information along with the public data as well. Let's imagine, because I have given this session in the Brussels couple of months back, where I have demonstrated the Copilot capabilities in the customer service as well. And there I presented, like, you are working as a customer service agent and you are dealing with the customer, and you probably not have all the kind of answers or the queries, the answers of all the queries that the customer is asking. Okay, so probably you are going to the internet, type on the Google, and search about something, and Google will provide you list of all the articles to you, and will not provide the relevant or the personalized information related to that particular customer, right? But if you ask the Copilot and you are in the call with the customer, you will get the contextual information about that. So it not only collect the data that is available within your organization, like from the Outlook, Teams, SharePoint, OneDrive, Word, Excel file, and your Dataverse or Azure, but also it searches the data from the internet using Bing search. Okay, so it is the combination of both. Okay, now how does this work? How it collects the data from the Microsoft applications and from the Bing search? It happens using Azure OpenAI. Okay, so Azure OpenAI is basically the backbone behind that, which provides some REST API services, and it uses the LLM, that is large language models like GPT-3 and the GPT-4. Okay, now if we understand this with one real world example. Okay, so if I ask the Chat GPT to write a follow-up email to the customer on the outstanding invoice. Okay, so I'll simply go to the Chat GPT and I'll ask this question to Chat GPT. So this is how I get the answer. Okay, but this answer is quite useful to me. But imagine, you can see here there is no contextual data. You can see the customer name, invoice number, invoice date, invoice amount. This is dynamic. You can just copy this, the email content, and just paste it in your Dynamics or in whatever application you are using, and you have to replace this particular information. Okay, it just provide you some, the random information. It's not a contextual information. But what happened if I ask something with the Copilot? Okay, so let's say I have asked Copilot, I'm working on the opportunity, and I ask Copilot, like, summarize this opportunity, because there are a lot of fields and there are a lot of data available on the opportunity, but I just want to have a summarize of that opportunity. So you can see in the right picture, it provides me the contextual information specific to that opportunity, right? So the red blocks, you can see the revenue, the closing date of the opportunity, and the actual annual revenue of that particular customers. It provides that data. In the similar way, If I ask, if I'm, I'm a salesperson or I'm a customer service agent, and I'm working with particular customer, and before, selling any particular product to that customer, I just want to have a quick background about that customer, like how this customer is doing in the market, what are the products it sells, and what is the recent, latest information about that customer. So probably I can simply ask the Copilot, and you can see, like, it provides, it do the Bing search, okay, and provide all the relevant updates related to that particular account. So this is a simple example how the Copilot collect the data from the organization. In the right picture, you can see it, the opportunity which is stores in the Dynamics, and the second picture demonstrate how it collect the data from the internet as well using Bing search. All right. So this is how the Microsoft Copilot different from the ChatGPT. Well, how it architecture works, because to you it just a simple chatting application. You just ask the question, you get the response within a second. Okay. But being a technical person, you must be interested about like how the architecture works, how the things happens in the background, right? Like it's a SaaS based product, but you must be interested about like how the things working in the background. So there are basically three, or I would say four major components here, which actually plays a crucial role in this Copilot to make it work. Okay, the first is your business applications. Okay, so this is nothing; it's just an UI or the applications that you are using. It could be the Microsoft. It could be the Microsoft 365 applications like Word, Outlook, Teams, or it could be the Dynamic 365 CE applications like your sales, customer service, marketing, and all. And it could be some Power Platform based components. Okay, so it could be anything. So this is the first thing which actually initiate the Copilot to work. Okay, the second thing that is one of the most key component of the Copilot architecture is the Microsoft Graph. Okay, and you can consider this as a database. Okay, because if you ask something, you need to get the data. Now where this data will come from, it comes from various sources. Like there are a lot of applications, a lot of products of Microsoft, and your data gets stored in multiple locations. It might be possible my documents are stored in the SharePoint, my emails are stored in the Outlook, my chatting conversation are stored in the Teams, and my sales data is stored in the Dynamics, right? So my data is distributed among different applications, right? So it is the responsibility of the Microsoft Graph that it collects the data from the different applications or different sources and present it to the Copilot. All right. The third component is the Copilot itself that actually, uh, communicate or connect with the different components and collect the data and give the response back to the user. The fourth component, that basically it's just a AI engine, you can say. So all the kind of processing, all the kind of AI modeling kind of things, the GPT, GPT-4, all kind of AI models basically comes in this large language model. So from a very layman terminology, you can understand this LLM is nothing, it's just a collection of algorithms. Okay, so there are a lot of algorithms, machine learnings, algorithms are running there that actually create the response in the natural language. Okay, because one of the beauty of this kind of application is that you don't need to be a technical, you don't need to be expert in a technology, right? You can ask the questions in your own natural language and you can get the response in your own language. Okay, so that is the beauty, and this only can happen using this LLM. All right, now this LLM basically use the Azure Open AI. I don't want to go into dive deep into that because you already learned from the Narayan session like how the Azure Open AI and services work. But Azure OpenAI make it possible. So it actually, collect the, it runs a lot of algorithms and collect the responses. And the last one is the Microsoft Trust Boundary, because you there because there are a lot of customers and the partners has these questions like the because all the AI model always works on the because all the AI model works when you train them, right? You have to provide them a lot of data. Once you train them, then they will provide the responses. So what kind of data they use? Is they are they are using any other customer data? So no. So it is basically everything works within the Microsoft Trust Boundary. So my data is my data. AI model or Azure OpenAI service will not use the other customer data to train the AI model to provide the responses to the customer or to the users. Okay, so everything is secure and everything is, everything is done within the Microsoft trust boundary. Okay, so these are the major 5 components. Now, how they interact with each other. Okay, so the first thing is that you open an application that could be, I am assuming like you opening any Dynamic 365 CE application that could be sales or customer service. Okay, so if you ask a question to a Copilot, for example, draft an email, something like that. Okay, so this is the first step. The second, so I would forgot to say, like, this is called user prompt. Okay, so this is quite technical term that Microsoft uses in their architecture, but in a layman language, you can just simply understand. You ask a question to the Copilot. The second thing is happen is, your request go to the Microsoft Graph. Okay, so Microsoft Graph, so this process is called grounding or the pre-processing. That means you query the multiple data sources of Microsoft to get the contextual data. Okay, so you go to the Azure, you go to the Dataverse, you go to the Microsoft 365 applications like the PowerPoint, Excel, OneDrive, Teams, and whatever applications they are. Now, how it happens? It actually happens using Microsoft Graph. Now, if you're wondering like what is this Microsoft Graph? So Microsoft Graph looks like this. Okay, it basically connects all the applications, Microsoft 365 applications using Graph API. So it actually make the connection between the customer and their data and provide you the contextual information. Okay, so this is how the Microsoft Graph work, because Microsoft Graph is a gateway and it provides the REST API that is called Microsoft Graph API. So I have, in a lot of my sessions when I presented the Power Pages, when you have to deal with some Azure AD components, nowadays we call it Microsoft Entra ID. So sometimes when you have to, interact with some Microsoft applications like Microsoft Entra ID or, OneDrive or some, the Teams, you sometimes need to use the Graph API, right? So this Graph API actually works in the background to collect all the contextual data. Now, the third thing is that once you collect, so once you retrieve all the contextual data, you give it back to the Copilot. So this is called Microsoft Graph Response, and it collects the contextual data. Now, this contextual data can be in different format, right? You can imagine, like, some data can be found in the document, some data can be found in the chat, some data can be found in the opportunity. So the data can be found in the different format or in a different distributed way. Some data can be structured and some data can be non-structured, right? So how we can, collect this data and provide in a natural language. So the fourth process is called modified prompt. So whatever data, contextual data we collect, the Copilot send it to the LLM. Okay. Now LLM, as I told you, there are a lot of algorithms, there are a lot of AI models working there along with Azure OpenAI, and it actually converts that contextual data in the natural language. Okay, so you have provided the collection of data that you retrieve from various sources, and you get the data in a natural language that you are actually going to send it to the user. Okay, now you don't send that data immediately to the user. You again send that data to the Microsoft Graph, because it is required that whatever data you are sending it to the user, it should be compliant, it should be secured. So for example, I have the read access, or for example, I don't have access on a particular table in the Dataverse. That means I should not be able to read the data. So this actually makes sure by this process that you only get the data that you are compliant for, okay, that you are authorized for. Okay, then once you do this post processing, the AI checks security and compliance, then finally you send that data back to the user so that users see that response. Okay, so this is how the whole architecture of the Microsoft Copilot works. Now, as I told you, this Microsoft Copilot architecture is not only for the sales or for a specific application. It's just an architecture for everywhere we are using the Copilot. But if I talk about the Copilot for sales, as I told you, like, it's everywhere. It's not only in the Power Platform or Dynamics or in the Microsoft 365 nowadays. You found the Microsoft Copilot everywhere. Okay, so let's jump into our today's topic, that how the Copilot use it in the Dynamics 365 sales. All right. Now, if I talk about the Copilot in Dynamics 365 sales, whenever you incorporate all the Microsoft Copilot capabilities or all the AI capabilities in the Dynamics 365 sales, just to maximize the sales productivity and strengthen your customer relationship, then that is called Copilot in Dynamics 365 sales. Okay, so I'm not going to discuss about the features of the Dynamics 365 sales because that is not part of our demo. I'm going to discuss about, on top of the Dynamics 365 sales, what capabilities that Copilot provides. Imagine you are a sales, person or a sales manager, and you are drafting an email, because sometimes you spend a lot of time in the non-productive things when you are dealing with the customer. That is quite not relevant, to close the deal or to make the revenue for the companies, right? So Copilot and the AI can do these kind of things, like writing an email, when you are going for a meeting, then, collecting the meeting for notes for you, and a lot of things it can do that you spend a lot of time to, to do such kind of non-productive things. So you can concentrate on the productive things, you can concentrate on the sales, and let the Copilot AI do all kind of this kind of job. Okay, so I'll show you all kind of capabilities of the Copilot. But you just imagine, like, Copilot for sales leverage the data from the CRM platform, right? For example, your Dataverse data like leads, opportunity, accounts, competitors, and all. It works with the Microsoft Graph to collect the data from different sources of the Microsoft 365 applications, and then obviously from the public data like Bing search and all. Okay, so it's simple as that. This is how the Copilot and Dynamic 365 sale works. If I talk about the features, I'm going to demonstrate all the features in the live demo, but just wanted to give a quick brief about it, like what all features it provides. So the feature number one is the record summarization. Okay, and most of the times you need to, provide a quick summary or the opportunity and the lead records. As I told you, like, you are working in the opportunity that has a lot of data, related to the SharePoint, where your documents are stored. You have a lot of emails, stored in the Outlook. You had a lot of conversation in the Teams. So it's very difficult to scan through all the data and collect a summary by manually. So Copilot do it for you. It actually summarize everything. So you can see here in the first picture, it actually collected the summary. And in the second picture, you can see it collected all the documents from the SharePoint related to that particular lead or the opportunity. So this feature is not only for the leads, but it is for the opportunities as well. That is the feature number one. Feature number two is the recent changes. Okay, so sometimes, multiple coworkers are working on the same opportunity on the lead records, and you just wanted to aware like what recent changes are being made on that particular data. So you can simply ask the Copilot, and it will, provide you details like what happens with this opportunity, which particular data has been updated in last 7 days or in last 24 hours, like you can see in this picture. The third feature is the meeting preparation. So it actually helps you prepare for your upcoming meetings, summarizing the relevant information from the opportunity or the leads. So because when you are going for a meeting, you must have the context of the last meeting, what you had a conversation last time, and what are the major points that you have to discuss with your clients. So these kind of things you don't need to manually review into the data. You can ask the Copilot, and it will list down all the points that you don't forget to have a conversation with your customer. Feature number four, email assistance. So that is quite useful. Sometimes not all the coworkers are proficient enough to write the emails, because they have to spend a lot of times to scan through all the data, then contextual information, then they need to spend a lot of times to write a professional emails, right? So you don't need to worry about that. It actually helps coworker to write an email in the context of your data available in your CRM. Okay. And this feature is not only available in the CRM, it is also available in the Outlook as well. So that I'm going to show it right now. News update. So as I told you, like you are working with a customer, you get a lead, or you get some request from a customer, and you just want to have some detailed information about that customer before doing a sale for them. Then you can collect the data from the Bing search. So you can ask the Copilot, can you provide some latest news about this account? So it will go to the internet and provide all the relevant information about that. Okay, so it helps you make the sales decisions based on that data. Yeah. Okay, so these all the features that I discussed previously are features of Dynamic 365 Sales. Okay, but there are two additional features that Microsoft Copilot provides for the sales is in the Outlook. Okay, because like being a salesperson or the manager, you have to deal with a lot of Microsoft 365 applications like Teams, like Outlook to have an email conversation with the customer. You use the Teams for having a chatting and for having a meeting with the customer. So it also provides you all the kind of Copilot capabilities in the Outlook. So I don't want to go into much details because I'm going to demonstrate that as well. But in the Teams, so as you can see, like this is how in the Outlook, in the right panel, you can see a Copilot for Sales, where you get the contextual information from the Dynamics. You can see the opportunity, accounts, and everything. And the similar way, in the Teams also, you can also, when you are having a meeting with your customer, you must be aware about all the data that is stored in your Dynamics. So you can see here in the left panel, you are having a meeting with your customer, and the right panel, you have all the contextual data that you should discuss or should not discuss, right? It also provides you the competitor details as well if you have the data stored in the competitor table. Okay, so I'll show you that as well in the Teams. And the another feature is, once your meeting is completed, it actually helps you collect the minute of meeting. It actually helps you, what are the summary points, at which stage you need to create a task, where your conversation went really well, where your conversation was not really well. So it also provide you such kind of sentiments as well. Okay, so this is all the features that you going to have a look at it in the live demonstration. License, I will cover it later once I will have a quick demonstration of all the features. Okay. All right. Can someone please confirm that they can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. All right. So first of all, if we have to use the Copilot capabilities in the sales, there are two things. Either you want to first explore the features of it just to demonstrate to your client before make a final decision whether you want to use it or not, or you already have the license of Dynamics 365 sales. Okay, I'm assuming you don't have that. So what you want to do it, first of all, you want to create a Dynamics 365 trial. So you just need to navigate to this link and just click on try for free. Okay, so once you do it, if you already have the Microsoft Entra ID account, it will automatically create an environment for you. So if you can see here, I've already created it. Once I done that, it automatically created a sales environment for me. Okay, so once you set up an environment, you get to see basically two apps, Sales Hub and the Sales Trial. Okay, Sales Hub is the application that provides you all the kind of features that Sales Dynamics 365 Sales provides. And you can use this particular model-driven application to enable or disable, other features, not only the Copilot features, but there are a lot of other features that you get inbuilt in the enterprise or the premium license, right? So it provides you all kind of things. So if you just click on this app, it takes you to okay, yeah. So this is how the Copilot, this is the sales service screen where you can see like, this is the model driven app application. And here you see all the, the settings that you can use it like personal settings, the app settings. So in the app settings, you will get a lot of features like Copilot, not only the Copilot, but LinkedIn integrations, Teams meetings, so all the kind of features you get. So it is a central hub where you can enable or disable the features. The second application is the sales trial. That is because you may not want to give the access the sales hub to all the co-workers in your organization. So you can probably provide them the sales trial or whatever applications you are creating. The third option, sometimes you can create the custom model driven application as well. Okay, so if you already have the Dynamic 365 sales license, the enterprise or the the premium license, you get all these capabilities in the custom application as well, because it might be questions like can I get this Copilot capabilities only in the the out of box sales hub and the sales trial. If I create a custom application, so I just 30 minutes before I just created a model driven application. So you will get the Copilot capabilities in that as well. So that is quite possible. Okay. So once you have created the trial environment, then you just need to head over to the sales hub, probably not able to click due to that. Okay. So oh, this is really annoying. Do anyone know like how to hide this? Okay. All right. So once you head over to the Sales Hub, you first need to enable the Copilot, right? Because you need to start using the Copilot capabilities. So you just need to head over to your Sales Hub application, go to your app settings. And once you go to the app setting, you will find this option, Power Your Sales with Copilot. Okay. And if you go to the Copilot settings, since I have already enabled it, so you just need to, enable this option here. So default is off. So you just need to turn on this Copilot setting. And if you go to the manage app, here you will see all the applications. So you will see your sales trial and the sales hub. Okay. You can find your custom application as well in the list if you have any. So if you want to enable that Copilot capabilities in a specific sales application, then you can simply toggle to off and on. Okay. If you want to, provide to the all the Dynamic 365 application, then you can set to on. Yeah. So this is the one setting you have to do it. The second setting you have to do is you have to enable the auditing, okay, especially on the opportunity, lead, and the account, because these are the core tables of the Dataverse that actually works in the sales, right? So I'm not getting that, the notification because I've already enabled that. But if you will set up that, you will get that notification that you need to you must be enable the auditing feature, because there are a lot of Copilot capabilities that works only whenever you have the auditing is enabled. Okay. The second thing is auditing. Third thing is you need to go to the advanced Copilot setting, where you need to decide like which particular fields you want to use it in your Copilot. Okay. So here you can see there are basically two entities are there. I would say table, opportunities, and the leads. Okay. So in the opportunity, if you want to get the summary of the opportunity, what all are fields you want to include in that. Okay. So by default, estimated revenue, customer need, proposed solution, and these kind of fields are included. But you can include other fields as well, because it might be depends on your own business requirement. Okay. So if you, let's say you have a field called some custom field you have, and you want that, if someone, make any changes in that particular field, it also should comes in the summary. So you just need to add that field here. Okay. So same in the recent changes. If you have made any recent changes in that particular field, you need to add that particular opportunity field, account field, contact, opportunity, products, and the competitors. So you need to, select those fields. And same goes with the leads. If you need to, get the summary, you need to enable that field so that, it collect the summary from that field as well. And if you want to check like what are the recent changes being done on particular field, then you can add that field as well. Okay. All right. So this is kind of prerequisite. You have to do it. before start using the Copilot. Once you do it, I don't think it takes a lot of time. It takes hardly 10-15 minutes to enable all these kind of settings. Then you can simply head over to the main sales area. And here you can see this icon called Copilot, okay, in your sales application. Now, once you click this, all the features popped up here. Now, there are basically two kind of features that Copilot has distributed. One is chatting related features and one is email related features. So since I'm not on the email screen right now, so that is disabled. I will show you that in a while. But I can ask these kind of questions to the Copilot. Get info, ask questions, and the stay ahead. So if I click here, this is the Copilot icon. So get info, it will provide the get latest news for an account. Show my pipeline. So this will provide all the opportunities that is currently you're working on. Summarize the lead, summarize the opportunity. So this provides all the these kind of details under get info. Ask a question. You can ask like what is the recent changes been done on the lead, what are the recent changes done on the opportunity, and what are the what's new with my sales record. So it will list down all the the leads and the opportunity that recently been changed and what's newly assigned to me. So sometimes there are a lot of data has been assigned to you, but you cannot keep track of that. So you can ask the Copilot to provide you this guidance. And the third option is a stay ahead. You can prepare for the sales appointment. You can show email that need the follow up. Okay, so there are two things here. Since I have not opened any specific opportunity, okay, so how if I ask this question to Copilot, like what's changed for the opportunity? So how do the Copilot know about it? Like which opportunity I'm actually asking for? Okay, so if I specify any specific opportunity in the double quotes, for example, I can take the opportunity title and put it here. It will provide the list of all the changes being done on that specific opportunity. But if I don't ask any specific opportunity, I simply ask what's changed for the opportunity. It will go through the Dataverse and will check all the opportunity that is I'm owning it, right? And then it provides the list of all the opportunities here. Okay, so these are the opportunity that I'm currently working on, and these are the opportunity which are recently being changed. Okay, now what is the update related to this specific opportunity? I can still click on the get updates. Okay, so it says like there is no changes on this particular opportunity. Okay, now if I open a specific opportunity and then ask the Copilot like what exactly the change. So for example, let me open this opportunity. Now, if I open a particular opportunity or the lead record, the Copilot will provide me the response in the context of that particular opportunity only. Okay, so this is the opportunity. The sample data you can also create it in your trial instance. So what I have done it recently in the customer need field, I just added this particular line like customer is also looking for setting up new computer in the premise. Okay, so I've just added this particular thing a while ago. And when I ask the Copilot, like what exactly what's changed for this particular opportunity, okay, I don't need to specify because I already opened the opportunity, so it already gets the context. If I ask the Copilot what recently changed for this opportunity, it collects the data from the customer need field. Now, why it collected the data from customer need field? The first thing, I have already enabled the audit history, okay, because Copilot collect the data from the audit history. So in the audit history also you can see like the customer need field has been changed recently. So Copilot collected the data from there. So you can open the audit history from there as well. Okay, so you can see like quite a while ago, I just made a change in the customer need field. So if you want to add some other fields to list down the changes, make sure that you enable that field in your Copilot setting, right? Otherwise it will not display in the recent changes. Okay. So that is the one thing. Now, imagine I just wanted to write an email to the customer. So I'll click on the, okay, I'll not go here. I'll simply click here and click on email. Now, if I head over to the email screen, you can see like email option has been turned on, but this is currently in the preview, as you can see. And if I can ask the customer, and if I can ask the Copilot to describe, for example, like write an email. So if I simply ask some, sample error, okay, let me refresh this. Okay, so let me head over to email again. Write an email to take the follow-up customer on standing invoice. Oh, okay. So since it is in preview, so it might be possible that something went wrong. It was working earlier, but no worries. Okay. So you can ask this Copilot email feature. Probably will try this option in Outlook to check like how the email response generated. It might be preview, so we'll try that later. So this is the option you can simply use to draft an email, and from here directly you can copy the email to here, and you don't need to worry about like what needs to be right. And you can also change that email content and then send it to the customer. Okay, well, so these are all the features. I don't want to demonstrate each and every one. You can simply set up a trial and can start exploring them. So this is how exactly you can use the features in the Dynamics 365 sales. Now, the next thing I just wanted to show you how to enable the Copilot capabilities in the Outlook. Okay, so me go to the Outlook screen. Okay, so this is the Outlook screen, and a short while ago, I just sent an email from my personal email ID to the customer that, hello, Arpit, just to let you know that I haven't received my order yet. It was expected to be received yesterday, but is still waiting for it. Could you please share the update? Okay, and this opportunity is basically, if I go, okay, so if you can see this opportunity, this is the opportunity, and this is the customer associated with that, and this is the email address on the contact. Yeah, so you can see this is the email address of the contact, and I've sent the email from this contact. Okay, so if I send this email, being a sales coworker, I will simply have to reply or respond to this particular email. So what I will do it, if I go here and click on reply to all or reply, you get to see this Copilot for sales option on the top. Yeah, since I've already enabled this, so that's why I'm having this option. In the license part, I will let you know like how to enable this kind of settings and what kind of license you need it. So if I click on Copilot for Sales, it actually pops up a Copilot for Sales screen here. And the interesting thing is that it actually collect the data from the Dynamics CRM. Okay, it collected the contact that is associated with the opportunity. It retrieves all the opportunities that is associated with this particular customer that I shown you in the Dynamics a while ago, and this is the account that is associated with that. Okay, so here you have couple of options. You can first may want to reply to this customer, so you don't need to write an email. You just simply click on reply to an inquiry. Okay, so it automatically scan through the email that customer has sent, and it automatically generate the email for you. So thank you for reaching out to us regarding your order. We truly value your partnership with and this, and yep, I apologize for the delay in receiving your order, right? You can see like how it actually generate the personalized. Why? Because it has added the account and the contextual data, because customer is worried about the the delay of the order. So it actually generate the personalized and the contextual data. You can see here, and so if you're happy with the suggestion, you can just click on add to email. It will automatically pop up here. Okay, and then you can simply add it here as well. And you may also want to save this email in the Dynamic 365 as well, right? So what you can do it, you can simply copy it, you can go back and you can save it from here. Okay, so if you save this, you can create connect to a record, which record you want to connect to. So if I select this and if you click save, then it will automatically create a new email in that timeline. Okay, so once you send this email, I will save it to the Dynamic 365. Okay, so if I send this email, then it will automatically create a new email in that timeline in the Dynamics, right? So how you can see like how it do the bidirectional communication from Dynamics to Outlook and Outlook to Dynamics. This is the one thing. Second thing, you can see like this is the contact, but imagine you get the email from some unknown person and you want to create a new contact directly from the Outlook. So you can click on the contact and you can, first name, last name, job title and everything, all the information you can fill it up here and can save the data. Okay, this is the another thing. Same like the contact, you can create the accounts as well. Okay, so these are the field. In a short while, I'm going to share you like how you can enable this fields and the forms and how you can do this kind of configuration. But as of now, it is available for contact, account, and the opportunity. Okay, so these are the things. And one interesting thing is that it also provide you the collaboration option in the Teams. Imagine you get the email from the customer and you want to discuss this particular case or the sales scenario or discuss about your prospect customer with your other co-workers as well. So what you can do it, you can simply set up a deal room. So this is nothing, you just going to create a channel where you can add the other co-workers in the Teams and you can start having conversation related to that, right? Because sometimes you want to have the collaborative discussion related to a particular thing before making any final decision. So it helps you create the chatting room or the group as well in the Teams. So you can create the group with the channel name as the opportunity topic name, or you can create the name as the account name. Okay. So these are all the features you get to see in the Outlook. Now, if I head over to the Teams, so that is the third options that we have. So if I head over to the Teams, the first thing I just wanted to show you how you can enable all these, the tables, all the fields and all. So you just need to first click here and just type Copilot for apps. So click on the apps and here you need to type Copilot for sales in your Teams. So you will get this option. I already have added in my team. So I'm getting open option, but you will get the add option like this. Okay. Just need to click on add. It will be available in your left panel. If you pin it like this, I just need to pin it. Once you click this, you will get an option called home. There you find all the basic details about the Copilot for sales for learning purpose. If you head over to the settings page, here you will find Copilot AI. First of all, you need to enable this option in order to use this Copilot capabilities in your teams. And you have the option whether you want to enable for the entire organization or for a specific group. And you can specify, exclude specific security groups as well. Copilot AI, you need to enable this option and you can select this option if you want to try all the preview feature. Then you come to the forms. Now here you can see there are 3 record types available as of now: contact, opportunity, and account. Now for which record type, if you add any other tables, so you can add it from here. So for example, you want to add probably the lead, then you can search for lead. Then you can add that as well. Okay, so then this lead option will also be there in your Outlook and your Teams. Now, if you want to add some specific field, then you need to click on the contacts. Now here you get the option whether you want to allow user to create the records and editing the records. So this option you can enable and disable. Based on that, you get this, Outlook I was showing you, right? There's a create contact and create account option is there. So you can, adjust the setting from here. Now, which field you want to show it? that you need to drop, you need to select and enable these kind of field and which field you want to make it required so that you can also adjust from here. Okay, if you have created some new fields and it's not being appeared here, then you can refresh your data as well. Okay, so this is how you can simply do it. Now there are two major feature that this Microsoft Teams provide, because Microsoft Teams is all about the meetings, right? So how it generates the suggestion for you when you are having a meeting with your customer, right? So I'm not going to set up a meeting with the customer because I'm already in the meeting. But just for the demonstration purpose, 1 hour before, I just created a random meeting and have a conversation with the customer. And based on that, it generated the AI content for you. Okay. The first thing what I can do, just to present you, I'll go to the Teams, sorry, Dynamics. Okay, and what I'm going to do it, I'm going to set up a meeting with the customer, because customer has sent me an email that my order is not yet received. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, as a coworker, I want to set up a meeting with the customer. Okay, so I'm going to create a Teams meeting for that. So just enable this Teams meeting. Attendees is already there. Subject is discuss shipment. Okay. Okay, and we'll schedule it for probably today, and okay, 6:30. All right, and then I will save and close. So customer is complaining like my order has not been received yet. So coworker has set up a meeting just to have a discussion with the customer, just to let them know like why this order is getting delayed. Okay, so I have already enabled the Teams integration with my Dynamics. So that is separate. That is not related with the Copilot for Sales. But if you want to, integrate your Microsoft Teams with your Dynamics 365 Sales, similarly, you have to go to the settings, app settings, and this is the Teams meeting option. You get it, right? So you just need to enable a couple of settings here like this. So by doing that, your calendar, your meetings, everything will get synced with your Outlook and the Dynamic 365. Oh, sorry, the Teams. Okay. So as you can see, I just set up a meeting. So if I head over to the Teams, I should see this meeting in the Teams. Here it is. All right. So if I go to the calendar, you can see discuss order related issue, delay issue. So this Teams, this meeting has already created. Now imagine I'm going to have a call with the customer. So I just open this and join this meeting. Can you hear me, guys? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Sorry for that. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so if I'm going to have a call with the customer. Okay, the first thing what you will see it, if I go to the calendar and if I open this meeting, probably like this, I probably not able to join it, otherwise we'll drop it. So if I click on the Dynamic 365, there is a new tab here, the Dynamic 365. You can see like, I will directly see the customer information or the opportunity details for which I'm going to have a conversation with the customer. So you can see here the same opportunity related to that I'm going to have a conversation with the customer. It is already opened here. Okay. But if you join the meeting, in the right panel, you will see some summary of that opportunity as well. Okay, if I will join it, I will be throughout from the actual meeting, but you can just test this feature as well. Okay, so similarly like this. So this is the one feature that when you are having a call with a customer, you get the contextual information in your right panel to get the details about that particular opportunity. Okay, this is the one thing. The second feature in the Teams that you get it once you have a call with the customer. Once you finish having a call with the customer, make sure you are recording that meeting, and your transcription should be enabled, because the Copilot for Sales only works when you're recording and your Copilot your recording and your transcription is enabled, because based on that conversation only it actually do the artificial intelligence, the analysis, and based on that it generate the response. So make sure you have recorded and store the transcript. Okay, so you can see here a while ago I just had a meeting with the customer, shipment updates, and it just had a 1.5 minutes of meeting, and it generated the recording and it generated the transcript as well. Okay, now so once this transcript and the recording is generated, the Copilot for Sales automatically send me this notification in the chat. Okay, and that says open summary. So if I click on the open summary, it takes me to the meeting summary page. Okay, now the interesting thing is that in this meeting summary page, you will see the transcript, you will see the recap of the meeting. So during the 14 second to the 52 seconds, you discuss about this particular thing with the customer. So it will actually display that. And then it analyzes my conversation, and it decided like you are going to create a task with the shipment partner and delivery partner, because during the conversation with the customer I use this term like I'm going to have a follow-up with my shipment partner. Okay, so based on that it automatically provided me the follow-up option. If I click on the create task, it automatically create a task for me if I want to connect to the particular user, and then it will automatically create in the Dynamics 365. Yeah, and you can see like it automatically generates the recording as well. Okay, and it will also show you like it's this particular part the customer doesn't seem to be happy while conversation with the coworker, so it shows the negative sentiments, right? And this particular space it was neutral, and this particular space it was positive. So you can see like how the Copilot actually analyze your conversation with the customer and helps you decide like how you can create the task. It correct the meeting of summary and all. So I have last 3 minutes left. So I'm going to discuss about the sales Copilot for sales licensing. So it's quite confusing, same like the other Power Platform and Dynamics licensing. But I try my best to give you an insight like how the Copilot for sales licensing works. So basically you get two options whenever you have to purchase the license for Copilot for Copilot for Dynamics 365 sales. One is standard license, Copilot for sales standard license, and one is Copilot for sales premium license. Okay. Now Copilot for sales standard license is nothing. It just a Copilot capabilities you are already getting in the Dynamics 365 sales. Okay, that means if you already have the Dynamics 365 sales enterprise or the sales premium license, you don't need to worry about it. You already using Copilot capabilities. You just need to go to enable that setting. That's it. Okay, so if you have that sales enterprise and premium license, you will get the Outlook features, Copilot Outlook features, Copilot Teams features, and Copilot sales features. Okay. Okay, now if the features are already there in the standard license or in the dynamic sales, then why this premium license is there? Okay, so it's just an add-on. Okay, now why this add-on is? So add-on means in this premium license, you get all the standard capabilities that you already get it free of cost with your Dynamics sales license. Plus, you get Microsoft 365 for Copilot license capabilities as well. Okay, now what is this what is this Copilot for Microsoft 365? Because Microsoft for Copilot 360, Copilot for Microsoft 365 is means you are getting the Copilot capabilities in the Word, Excel, and OneDrive, SharePoint, and many other 365 applications, except the Outlook and the Teams. Okay, because for Outlook and Teams, you're already getting with the standard license, but you are not getting the PowerPoint, MS Word, and all. So sometimes being a sales co-worker, you work a lot on the Word file, PowerPoint presentation, Excel file, and you also want to get the contextual and personalized data in these kind of applications as well. Then you can purchase an additional add-on called premium license. Okay. And it costs you $50 per month. And in the $50 user per month, the $30 is for Copilot for Microsoft 365. Okay, so that is means $20 for the premium license and $30 for Microsoft 365 Copilot. Okay, so if I go the detailed version of it, so for standard license, you get Dynamics 365 Sales Copilot capabilities, you get the Outlook Copilot capabilities, and you get the Teams Copilot capabilities. But in the premium, you get Outlook, Teams plus Copilot for Microsoft 365. All right. And this is one more version is Microsoft Copilot for Sales included in Dynamics 365 sales licenses. So there are two versions of it. If you already have the sales enterprise license and you're already paying $95, then you already get the Copilot for Sales standard capabilities, but you will not get the premium capabilities. Okay. But if you pay $50 more, then you will get the Copilot for Sales premium capabilities, right? So you need to pay $50 more plus $95, then you will get the premium capabilities. But if you have the Dynamics 365 sales premium license for which you are already paying too much, like $135, then Microsoft is so kind for you. Then you only need to pay only $30 for that, because in this case, you don't need to purchase the premium license of Copilot. You only need to purchase the Copilot for Microsoft 365. Okay, and Copilot for Microsoft 365 only charge you $30. So you don't need to pay $20 for premium licenses. All right. Perfect. Now, I already have the Copilot for Microsoft 365 license. Then how much does it cost to get the Copilot for Sales Premium? So as I told you, Copilot for Sales Premium, $20 is for the premium and $30 for the Copilot for Microsoft 365. So if you already have the Copilot for Microsoft 365, that means you don't need to pay $30. You only need to pay $20 for the premium licenses. All right. Another thing, minimum license requirement to use the Microsoft Copilot for Sales premium capability. Now you must have this question in your mind, like why this Copilot for Sales standalone license provided by the Microsoft? Okay, because you can use this with the Salesforce as well. It is not required that you always use the Dynamics 365 Sales the Copilot capabilities. It also provides you the Copilot capabilities in the Salesforce as well. So if you purchase the premium license standalone without using the Dynamics 365 Sales, you can use it for the Salesforce. Yeah. So this is the question, like minimum license required to use the Microsoft Copilot Sales is that Microsoft 365 E3, E5, Business Standard, Premium, and Office 365 E3 and E5. So these licenses you must have if you have to use the Copilot for Sales Premium licenses. Why? Because in the Copilot for Sales Premium licenses, Copilot for Microsoft 365 licenses is included. And in order to use the Copilot for Microsoft 365, you must have all the Microsoft 365 application available. Then only you can use the Copilot for Microsoft 365, right? Here, the Copilot for Microsoft 365 is just an add-on on top of your Microsoft 365 application, right? So unless you have the Microsoft 365 applications available in your tenant, you will not be able to use the Copilot for Microsoft 365. So that's why it's saying if you need to purchase this standalone license, you must have minimum these licenses available so that you have the Word, Excel, Teams, and everything. Then only you can use these capabilities. Now you must be thinking about what is the difference between standard capabilities and the premium capabilities. You can check this list. So in the standard capabilities, I have already demonstrated everything to you in the Teams, in the Outlook, and in the Dynamics 365. So whatever capabilities I just demonstrated to you, that all are the standard capabilities. Okay. In the premium capabilities, you get some of the additional premium features in the Outlook, in the Teams, like this budget authority need timing analysis. This is currently is not there in the standard capabilities, right? Because I just shown you in the Teams, there was no kind of budget authority or need timing kind of analysis available. But if you purchase this, you get this premium Copilot experience in the Outlook, premium Copilot experience in the Teams, and the major part is you get the Copilot for Microsoft 365 in the PowerPoint, Excel, OneNote, in the Word. That is not there in the standard. In the standard license, you get the Dynamic 365 sales, you have the Outlook, and you have the Teams with the standard Copilot experience. Okay, so this is how the licensing works. And thank you so much for listening this session. And if you have any questions, just please let me know. Thank you, everyone, and have a good weekend.